Fall is here, in case you didn't notice, and if you haven't had your chimney cleaned yet, you should before you light that first fire. I want you to welcome back to the program James Anderson. Of course, he's the president of Approved Home Improvements, and he's going to tell us more about why you, the viewer, should call Approved today for their crazy cheap chimney sweep. And whenever I think of this first real hard freeze, I always think about what's going on inside the brick, because we talk about it every week, and that's, I'm guessing, what you're going to talk about here today.
Yeah, so today, you know, when it gets cold out, it seems like it's going to stay summer forever in St. Louis, but that day always comes where it's 71 day and freezing the next. A lot of people are lighting their fireplaces, so it's time to get them clean, inspected. Our $179 crazy cheap chimney sweep is a good chance to find out what condition your chimney's in.
That's the start of the process right there, and for many people, it's also maybe the end of the process, because you inspect, you say, okay, we did a cleaning, which you needed, but the bricks look good, the inside looks good, flue looks good, everything's good.
I mean, it does happen. So last week we went on one in one day. I mean, we have the whole gauntlet. We had one that had holes all inside of it they weren't aware of. They just bought the house. The other one had a prefab fireplace. When we cleaned the ashes out of the bottom, there's a big hole in it. And some of them, when you get out there and clean them up, they look like brand new when you're done. And a lot of that has to do with the consistency they're cleaned and the wood that they're burning, a good seasoned wood.
That's important too, huh?
I mean, because if you don't, it's like a bad fuel gums up your fuel lines in your car.
Right.
Bad fuel's going to gum your flue up, put you at safety risk.
So why take that risk? If you've gone through a few cords of wood over the past few years, you don't know really how well seasoned that is. But when we talk about the inside of the chimney, we're not talking about you, and even the brick and mortar on the outside, we're not talking about you taking James' word for it. You're going to get video and actually get a look at it yourself.
Right, so we put a monitor up there and we take pictures of the monitor as we're running the camera through it, and have the homeowner too. They're there, we have them look directly at the monitor so they can see what's inside their chimney themselves. And it's pretty simple. We're just documenting what we find, and we give that information to the homeowner. And then our products that we have for the heat shield, even if the flues are in good shape, we have consumers now that are putting them in their homes because they double the operating temperature and they want to have the current safest products they have. So a lot of people aren't even taking the chances anymore.
Well, and it also makes your chimney and your fireplace more effective at heating your home when it burns properly.
Right, so when it's an air pump, so when you have just the air coming over the fireplace, it does burn way more efficiently. The flue stays warmer. A warm flue vents the ashes out. They don't collect on your walls, so it makes it safer in a lot of ways. You don't even think about keeping it cleaner while you're using it.
And James knows this because he works on my chimney. I've got a prefab chimney.
Correct.
And I don't have the brick, but there are still issues that are caused by the extreme weather that we get here in St. Louis. And this past weekend, like James said, you couldn't pick a better scenario, going from 70 degrees to freezing temperatures and wind chills down near zero. Approved right now is offering 20% off flue repairs completed by Thanksgiving. All you have to do is call. And you should call today and mention Great Day, because you'll get a chance to double the discount. Now, the number is so easy to remember: 314-780-6080. Say it with me: 314-780-6080.